Holy shit.
So here we are with Kayzo or Kayzo, whatever.
Whatever you want it to be.
Hayden.
Yes.
If you want to use your name. But the family name is Capuzzo, if I'm not wrong.
Capuzzo, yeah.
There's Italian blood in you.
Yes, there is. Half.
Half.
My father's side is Italian, yeah. From Naples.
La cosa che non tutti sanno è che Kayzo di nome fa Hayden Capuzzo, quindi insomma ci sono anche delle origini napoletane. So how was it, this Italian trip and this Italian gig for you?
Well, this was actually, I just got here, quite literally right before the show. Got here, flew in from the States, came here. This is my first time in Italy, ever. And so for me, it's pretty special, obviously, coming from an Italian background and heritage. So being able to come here for music and kind of have it come full circle was something, a part of my bloodline, my family. It's very special. And that crowd and that energy was like unmatched. One of my most memorable shows to date, by far.
Sta dicendo delle cose molto importanti, che la data di oggi qua a Nameless è stata una delle sue più memorabili in assoluto. Poi per lui era molto importante perché, avendo appunto questo sangue italiano, riuscire ad arrivare qua a portare la sua musica in quella che è la terra anche dei suoi parenti e dei suoi avi è stato qualcosa di particolarmente significativo. I know that you were walking around the festival before your show. Is that right? I mean, you are like having food around and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm a pretty normal person when it comes to like before a show. Like I don't have any special rituals or I don't need to be alone. Like quite honestly, I like to walk around, be around people at the festival, and just kind of relax, have fun, and take it all in. So yeah, I wanted to get here a little early and enjoy it, and then, you know, after this interview, I'm gonna go right back out there and enjoy it with the people of the festival.
Sta spiegando come lui è una persona molto tranquilla, molto normale, non ha bisogno di riti particolari prima di suonare, e vi possiamo dire che lui molto tranquillamente se n'è andato a mangiare negli stand del food qua nel festival. Molti non l'hanno riconosciuto, mentre adesso c'è una folla incredibile qua davanti che sta guardando questa intervista.
Crazy.
And we got a great producer, DJ, but we lost maybe a good hockey player. Is that right?
That is true. Yeah. I did. Yeah, I came from a hockey background, so I'm 25 now, and I played hockey from 3 years old to about 19, and
that's a lot. That's really a lot.
Pretty much my whole life was revolved around sports, and then when I got burnt out of that, I traveled around the world, lived in like Canada and the U.S. all over for it. And it was my dream to play pro hockey and whatnot, and after I got to a super high level, I realized I wasn't going to go any further, and I got kind of burnt out from it. And that's along that time period, around from age 14 is when I first found electronic music, and then years go by, and then I start dabbling in production, and here we are.
But you're not regretting anything?
I don't think so, no, no.
Allora, quello che magari non tutti sanno è che lui, prima di diventare un DJ producer, il livello l'abbiamo visto oggi a Nameless, era in realtà un ottimo giocatore di hockey, ha giocato seriamente fino ai 19 anni fa, ero arrivato anche ad un livello abbastanza importante, però ad un certo punto mi ero reso conto che forse non sarei riuscito ad arrivare veramente al top, e nel frattempo la musica ha preso i miei interessi. Maybe a person that was quite important for the beginning of your career was Borgore. What do you remember of those years when you like released your first thing?
Yeah, so with Borgore, actually one of my first songs ever, my first song ever signed to a label was Bygore. Yeah. This was a long time ago, and
it's 5 years, man. That's not a long time.
Well, it feels like with all the traveling and all the time in the studio and all the shows, it really does feel, I know 5 years really isn't that long. I've only been producing for 5 years. Yeah. I started in 2012, it was the first time I'd ever produced, and so guys like Borgore, Carnage, Adventure Club, some of the earlier supporters of my music, yeah, those guys were really influential and helpful to help me get my career started and get my music out there to a large audience. And so, yeah, man, those guys still to this day are some of my closest friends, and I keep in touch with all of them. And you know, what's really cool about this industry is like guys like you guys said yesterday, like guys like Jaws, and you have tomorrow like Valentino Khan. These are some of we're all like friends. At the end of the day, we all live in like LA together, and we're friends. We're like best friends. We started this together, and it's pretty surreal to be able to be in places like Italy with your best friends playing music festivals for thousands of people, and then realizing it's only been 5 years since first sat in a studio for your first time together and didn't know what you were doing. So.
Parlavamo degli inizi della sua carriera, poi lui ha citato tutti quelli che sono i DJ producer importanti che lo hanno molto aiutato, ma che sono anche amici. La cosa divertente è che diceva sì, no, questo era molto tempo fa, al che gli ho fatto notare che erano solamente 5 anni. So 5 years in the process and you have always tried to find your own voice. How did you manage to do that? Because it's not easy to find your own voice within the electronic music field.
Yeah, right. I mean, I think for me, like how I got into electronic music was I kind of found my first spark for love for it through bass music, guys like Bass Nectar, Flux Pavilion, whatnot. But for me, I've always been very open-minded to other styles of music and other genres. So for me, it was always about exploring it early from the beginning. From the very start of producing, I wanted to try everything. And so I kind of kept within that mindset until now. And so everything I make is always different. I experiment with different genres, different styles, but I still try to find my sound within each of these sounds and styles.
You still do that?
Yeah, so I think subconsciously I've been able to kind of find a sound. People can relate back to me, but I can tap that sound into different styles and genres. And so when you come see me play live, it's so diverse because I make so many different styles and I love so much type of music that I want to do it all. It's never going to be the same.
Appunto parlavamo anche prima che arrivassero le telecamere della Nameless TV di come Kayzo è stato bravissimo a trovare la sua voce, il suo stile particolare. Lui spiegava che comunque uno dei segreti è essere molto aperto mentalmente e ascoltare di tutto, e questo sicuramente l'ha aiutato poi a sviluppare quella che era la sua vera identità. Kayzo, thank you so much. You killed it.
Thank you.
You really killed it.
I appreciate it. Thank you guys for having me for my first time in Italy. Like, seriously, I love you guys. Thank you so much. I'll never forget this. I can't wait to come back.
Avremo di sicuro Kayzo indietro, però adesso è il momento di ridare indietro la linea alla regia.
Holy shit!